Hey, 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 what's going on? Happy Saturday to you all. I hope that you had an amazing day. I know that it's late, and in fact, it's Sunday for somebody. So happy Saturday, happy Sunday. I wanted to come back on here tonight to share this with you before the end of the evening on my end. And I wanted to make sure you guys had this information before tomorrow came and some people would have missed out on opportunities. So I'm here at 11:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to remind some of you to make sure that you get your stuff in order and that you don't miss out on opportunities to secure the bag when the opportunities have been made available to you. So, if you're watching me live, let me know where you're watching from. Rep your city, rep your country. Let me know where in the virtual building you are watching me from tonight. Let me know who is here. I'm going to be pretty short before you tonight, but I wanted to come on here to kind of go over some things with you all. I shared some information with you about maybe a week or two ago, and I want to give you guys some updates and also help you with making the proper decision to move forward and securing the bag before it's too late. So if you are watching me live, go ahead and comment. Let me know who is here. Rep your city, rep your country. Let me know where in the virtual building you are watching me from tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and get started with my intro, as I always do. My name is Sharita Leon. I went from being a homeless, disabled single mom to a two-time #1 best-selling author with books down on the bestsellers list for over 2 years straight. I'm also a life relationship and business coach, an internet marketing strategist, entrepreneur, international speaker, and the protege of legendary Les Brown, a forex trader and investor, and I empower my tribe to live their God-given purpose while creating wealth and have healthy relationships. I'm also a believer in my faith is exuded in all that I do. So welcome. Tonight, I want to briefly talk to you all about some of the funding that is available for those of you who are entrepreneurs, someone who may be a small business owner, perhaps you may be an independent contractor, a sole proprietor, whichever ball you fall into, I'm talking to you tonight, right? And so, hey Liz, how are you? And so tonight I want to make sure that you guys understand what is available to you because a lot of people don't know. And because they don't know, they're missing out on opportunities and funding is being literally taken advantage of. And a lot of people are missing out on it. And once it's gone, right? There's nothing you can do about it. And so for those of you that are watching me live, this is going to be, it's going to be directed to you. If you're someone who has done Uber, right? If you have done DoorDash, if you do hair, if you've done so for at least up until February of this year, if you can prove that you are someone who is an independent contractor, if you can prove that you've been in business for yourself, you will be able to benefit from what I'm saying. Now, let me put this quick disclaimer out there before I even get into all the details of this video. I'm going to say this. I am not your financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm not any of that, right? But I do know some information that you can go verify on your own and be able to take advantage of. Do your due diligence, seek your CPA, and all the above, and then go forward with that. Now that I got that out of the way, let me speak to you all. So I did a video last time. In the video, I was talking to some of you about the EIDL grant that the SBA had available for entrepreneurs, small business owners, and independent contractors. And I also talked to you all about the PPP, which is the payroll protection program, right? Another stream of income, or another grant rather, and or loan for those of you that are in business. Now, for those of you that are not aware, this is the second round of funding, right? This is the second round of funding both for the EIDL and for the PPP. The first round was like over $300 billion, and that went in like maybe 2 to 3 weeks, right? Now, the second one started, I want to say 2 weeks ago, and this was for an additional $484 billion that was to be dispersed between the EIDL, the PPP, and all of that, right? Now, it's been about 2 weeks. From the 2 weeks that this launched the second time around, they are already more than halfway through with the funding for the PPP. So I'm doing this video tonight because a lot of you need to make sure that you are at least filling in your applications so that way, in the event that this thing shuts down next week, at least you have an application in. Now, what is the PPP? Right? So the PPP is a payroll protection program. It is a loan from the SBA that is forgivable. So if you do it properly, it can in essence be free money, right? If I'm talking to you, if you're here and you see some comments, type number one. Let me know that you're here, so that way I know that I'm not wasting my time, right? I need some interaction. Let me know that you're here. So who can actually apply for the PPP? Who would qualify for this program? Well, if you are someone who is a small business owner, if you have a business where you have employees, right? And the PPP, I believe, is you can't go more than 100,000. So if you made more than $100,000 last year, you would not be able to get a loan for more than 100,000. Right? But you can apply for it. So if you are someone, hey, Pastor Pool, if you are someone, hey, Moni B, if you are someone who has employees, whether you have one employee, two employees, or, maybe 100 employees. Yeah, I think you do 100 employees. If you are that in that bracket, you can apply for the PPP. Okay. So the PPP is there to help with payroll, obviously, right? To make sure that the people that were working for you are still able to be compensated for that. And in essence, really not be on unemployment is really what they want. They want to be able to pay the people that were working for your business, so that way you guys can stay afloat. And so in order, thank you, Pastor Poole, in order for this loan to be forgiven, you have to be able to disperse a minimum of 75% of that loan towards your employees, towards your payroll. So that means you have to be able to know exactly how much money you made last year, right? Going to looking at your payroll to see what you did, what you guys did. If you are an independent contractor, if you filed your taxes last year, you would go and look and see what you did on your Schedule C, right? And be able to look at that number to see what you will qualify for in order for you to see the amount of this loan. So what does that number look like? Well, when you go and you see what your payroll was like from last year, if you are, again, someone who has employees that work for you, or if you are someone who's a sole proprietor, you'll be able to go to your Schedule C from your taxes last year and see what that amount was. What you're going to do is you're going to take that amount and you're going to divide that by 12 months and then multiply it by 2.5 to get your amount that you would most likely qualify for. Okay. Now with that, remember, in order for this to be forgivable, for you not to have to pay it back, you have to make sure that 75% of it, at least 75% of it, goes to your payroll. Now, the other 25% you can use for your rent, your mortgage interest, right? And for utilities. That's where the money can be dispersed from or dispersed to rather, and where you will actually be able to have it forgiven. But it has to be done within 8 weeks. So within 8 weeks of actually receiving the funds, that is when you have to ensure that you disperse the money accordingly. So that way, when you go to apply for it to be forgiven, you can actually be forgiven from it and not have to pay any of it back, right? So with that being said, where do you apply for the PPP, right? So you can go to local banks to do it, whoever you do business with now currently. But what I will say is this, and I said this in my last video, you may have a greater chance of having a faster approval process if you go to a smaller bank, right? Maybe like a credit union or a local bank, because out of that $484 billion that was allotted for this loan as well as the other loan, 60 billion of that was given just for the smaller banks. So you have more availability and a quicker response because of that very reason. So in addition to smaller banks or local banks, you can also go to fintech companies like PayPal. You can even go to Cabbage, Chime. Those other entities are also allowing you to apply for the PPP loan as well. So you want to make sure that you're out there getting your paperwork in order, so that way you don't miss out on an opportunity that can help you in this time. Because if you are someone that has not been able to work the way you have in your own business as a sole proprietor or as a small business owner, you have other options, but you have to make sure that you're applying for what is out there and doing your due diligence so that way you don't miss out on this opportunity. And like I said, in only about 2 weeks, they're already more than halfway through the funding and that they've almost run out. So there's a great chance that this week they may completely run out of it. And so you want to make sure that you at least go and apply. So again, you go apply on your local bank, be it your credit union, or go to a fintech company like PayPal or Cabbage, whoever have you, and start the application. The application is not even hard, y'all. It's not strenuous. It's not a lot of stuff that you have to do. You just have to know your numbers. You have to know what you actually did and go from there. But it's not a hard process. And so don't be that person that misses out on an opportunity to help in your business right now. If you know that you were out there doing hair or had whatever side hustle you had and you have the paperwork to prove that, you need to go and apply, right? There's money out there for you. Don't let other people get it and then you miss out and your business is struggling or you yourself is struggling, right? Because this is the thing. As a sole proprietor or independent contractor applying for this PPP, you have it a lot easier than a small business owner who has multiple employees, right? And why do I say that? Because as an independent contractor, you are the one, sole proprietor, you're the one that's pretty much your only employee. So a great deal of this money that has to be given to the employees in order for it to be forgiven is already going to you. So you already have a lot of paperwork that you don't necessarily have to get involved with or a lot of explanation because you are pretty much in essence paying yourself. Hello, somebody. So you want to make sure that you're getting your coins in order. So where do you go apply? Again, your local bank. Make sure you do that. Now, another update has been with the EIDL. I talked to you all about that last time. Now, the EIDL was also a grant that could be forgiven and a loan at the same time, two different things. Initially, it started off where a business owner could go and get $10,000 per business entity, right? Thank you, Pastor Poole. And you could add on anything in the chat if I'm missing anything, Pastor Poole, because you are a professional in the finance world, so you could go ahead and type it in there. But for those people that were able to get the EIDL was another grant and or loan that was also forgivable. Initially, it was supposed to be $10,000 per business entity. When they saw the money was going too fast, the SBA switched it up and started giving you only $1,000 per employee up to 10 employees, right? Now, if you did not apply for the EIDL before, as whether you were a small business owner or you were, again, an independent contractor, hairstylist, gig worker, whatever, it did open up again. However, this time that it's opened, it is not for just regular small businesses. Now it's just for those that are in agriculture. Now, the thing is, there are people that have already applied for this loan and or grant that are not in agriculture. I'm not going to tell you to do that because who knows what the repercussions are going to be for those people that actually did do it. But folks have done it. And it's open to apply for if you go to the SBA.gov. So if you happen to be in agriculture, go ahead and apply. If you want to be bold anyway, because you missed it the first time, go ahead and do what you're going to do. But the point is, it is open again. And so with this, you have an opportunity to be able to, in essence, again, have money that is free and forgivable as long as you apply for it and you allot the money into where it has to go and you follow the guidelines. Okay, so this is the thing. Once this is gone, we don't know that there'll be anything else left, right? This is the second round of funding, for the PPP and for the EIDL. There's a great chance there may not be a third. So you want to make sure that you are in alignment, that you are positioned for this wealth transfer and the monies that are being provided. So that way you don't have to be in a strong or in a really tight spot, right? Now, it's the last thing I'm going to talk about. This is for those of you that are not entrepreneurs or sole proprietors. This is in regarding our what could possibly be another stimulus package. There was a bill that was actually brought into Congress, to Senate about, I think it was yesterday, might have been, and this bill was has endorsement by Sanders, also Harris. What's her first name? The woman who was actually going for, was it Kamala Harris? Is it that was running for president? In any case, the bill went in. The bill, they're going out, they're going back and forth to see where they're going to come to agreement with it. And this bill is supposing, or proposing rather, that $2,000 a month would be given to American families, $2,000 for each person, and up to 3 children, right? So if you are a couple and you have 2 children, possibly getting $2,000 per month for all 4 of you. But they're also looking to make this retroactively from March. So that first payment would actually be pretty nice if this were to pass in the end of this month. So you'll get backdated from March all the way to now, and that's $2,000 per person. And it doesn't matter. Well, there are a couple stipulations. So independently, if you are like a head of household, you would have to make no more than $100,000 a year to be able to benefit from this. But if you are someone who makes less than $100,000 a year, then you would be able to benefit from this, you and your children. And couples, if you make $200,000 a year, they'll be able to benefit from it as well. And so right now, this bill is over like 800 pages. It's well, 80 pages rather. And so it's pretty in depth, and it seems a bit promising. But of course, you know, you have to have bipartisan agreement to come and actually make it work. So I hope y'all are praying, praying that it goes through. I mean, this is the thing. When they go and they do these bills and they're putting all these, you know, amazing big numbers out there, like $2,000 a month for each person. And, you know, 3 months after the actual pandemic is over, doing $1,000 a month for that. Those are all grand. And there's a great chance that it probably won't get approved for that amount. But they, you know, in negotiating, you always go higher so that we can come to a middle ground. So hopefully they come to at least a middle ground where they're able to at least get about, you know, $1,000 per person, because that could help a lot of people right now with themselves, their families, especially with so many people being out of work. You know, it's over 30 million people that are on unemployment right now. So say that again. So can you give the news outlets a website? Yes, you can go to the SBA.gov literally, and you can see that for yourself. And doing research, you go to CNN, CNBC, and just Google it. Google the new stimulus packages. You can Google the SBA PPP, the EIDL, all of that, and you can do your research and due diligence to see for yourself what is actually possibly in the works. So I feel that to say, make sure you get yourself in order. And if you qualify for these things, go and apply. Don't be intimidated because you feel like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if it's going to be hard. I don't know if I have the paperwork. Just do it. The worst that could happen is that you don't get approved or something is missing and they tell you that something is missing. But for you to actually do nothing at all, you're just guaranteed to not make anything. So go get, I know of a lot of people that actually have gone and got funded. They've gotten funded for the EIDL. I know people that have gotten funded for the PPP. So don't wait, right? Don't wait and then it's over. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have done that. Don't do that, right? One other thing I wanted to say about the EIDL. So like I said earlier on, initially, it was supposed to be $10,000 per business entity, and then they changed it to $1,000 per employee, right? And so that means if you were a sole proprietor or independent contractor, you would just have gotten $1,000. Well, there are in the works, there are talks in the works right now because the SBA really the Senate came on the SBA for not doing what they were supposed to do. And so right now they're supposed to be trying to work it out to where those that actually did not get the $10,000, but they were funded for the employees that they had, that they will get the additional amount that was promised initially, which was $10,000. So Cross the fingers on that as well. See how that works. But make sure you get in, do what you need to do, and secure the bag. If the money's being given, go get it. Okay, go get that money. So with that being said, if anybody has any questions, you can go ahead and comment. If not, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. If you would like to learn how to make money online from home, I can assist you greatly with that. Just get in my inbox and I can tell you how. If you're watching me from YouTube, go ahead and email sharitaleon@gmail.com and I can assist you with doing so. So with that being said, y'all, make sure you go right now and go to your bank's website, your credit union, or like I said, to a fintech company and do your application and at least position yourself to get some additional funds that can help you and your family in this time if your business or yourself has been, dealing with some financial issues because of what's going on, okay? If it's there, go get it. All right, so I thank you all for watching. Until next time, only believe until the end and go get your life. Be blessed, everybody.
I'm a millionaire, money better cases. I ain't gotta chase it.